Hey, how's it going? It's me, Mr. Gibson, your speech teacher. Um, Now, I know what you were thinking when you first enrolled in a speech class at a virtual school. How does that make sense, right? It does, because here is one of the main ways you can present a speech in a speech class at a virtual school. Um, Actually, there's many ways, but we'll get to that in a second. So, if you have me for English, which the chances are you do, I've already introduced myself a little bit. If you check your English class on Blackboard, so I won't do that right now. What I would like to tell you about is the importance of doing your speeches. Now, there are some of you, a few of you who are brand new, who've never taken this class before. I welcome you. But there are some of you who are now enrolled in semester 2 speech class. This is just a one semester class. But many of you, in fact, most of my students now, are the ones who were enrolled in first semester who didn't do your speeches. And so now you have an opportunity to fulfill those requirements because this is a required class. You do need speech to graduate high school. So it's very important because really, if you want to progress in your education career, I'm talking about every year in high school, college, if you want to get a job, you need to have communication skills. That's what this class is about. And so even though you won't be presenting speeches to an entire class of your peers, of 30 students, hopefully you'll still develop the skills to where you could present in front of a large group. You'll also be learning and presenting skills for one-on-one communication, like in a job interview. One of your speeches will be part of a job interview, so you get to practice that. That's fun, right? You'll have some fun speeches throughout the year or throughout the semester. You'll have like commercial speeches. You'll have persuasive speeches where you try to persuade me or talk me into your opinion or your views. So you get the floor on that. So yeah, lots of options. This week, though, I want you to do an introduce yourself speech. Introduce yourself is the name of the speech. So it's the easiest speech you'll ever do for this class because it requires absolutely no preparation on your part. You pretty much just need to either record yourself, you can schedule a time to come into the lab, or you can, I don't know, video chat on the email, set up a time to do that, however you want to do it. You can post it on YouTube and send me the link. You can burn it on a DVD and send it to me, put it in my Dropbox here at the school. You can send it to me as a file through email. Lots of different options. But basically you need to record yourself somehow and tell me something interesting about who you are, what you like to do. I don't know, what you don't like to do. Something interesting. Then send it to me, and you get an A. There's no like in between here. It's either you do it and you get an A, you don't do it and you get a big old 0 until you do it. That's another thing. There's no late work in this class. So you need to keep up with Blackboard every week. You always need to check Blackboard. Even if you don't do work for a week or two, go back and check the folders for the weeks because there's going to be information for all your speeches posted on this website. All your speeches, which is where the big points are, it's right here on Blackboard, not in Compass. Compass, I've made the quizzes worth very little, and the speeches worth 6 times that amount. Each speech is worth 6 times the amount of one quiz. So do the speeches. If nothing else, do the speeches. If you don't even want to do the Compass work, if you're like way behind, just do the speeches. Granted, you won't get as good of a grade. You might get you won't get that good of a grade, but it'll pass you out of this class. So I would encourage you to do both, obviously, but I'm just saying that's how important the speeches are. That's how important checking Blackboard is. Because if you're retaking this class, it's because you didn't check Blackboard. It's It's because you didn't do the speeches. So do the speeches. So I can't stress that enough. I'm going to stress it throughout the entire semester, so I'm sorry if I'm redundant or whatever. So that's what I want you to do this week. I want you to do the compass work, intro to communication. What is communication? That's going to be your lecture. You'll have a quiz. Every week is going to be set up the same. You have a lecture and a quiz. Lecture and a quiz every single week. It's just that every 3 weeks or so, you'll have a speech to do that you'll have to plan and organize, write out, and then present. So if you ever need help in recording your speeches, please let me know. I've got a lot of practice in this area. I'll be sending out some guidelines and things like that as new speeches come up. So get in there and do your introduce yourself speech. It's an easy A, like I said. And I'll see you next week. I'll give you further information then. So have a good one. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Bye.